Ladies, I'm talking to every woman out there who's ever felt like she's been left behind, like she's invisible in a world that sees everyone else. Let me say this, you're not alone. Too many women walk around carrying the weight of feeling unloved, unseen. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to carry that weight. You've been through things that would break others, yet you're still here. I know it wasn't easy. I know you've looked around and wondered why you're the one overlooked, why you're the one who's had to fight so hard for even a sliver of love, respect, or acknowledgement. But listen, those struggles aren't weaknesses, they're your strength. They're the reason you're standing today. I know it's easy to think that love from others is the only thing that matters, that somehow their acceptance means you're enough. But the truth is, it starts with you. Loving yourself, accepting who you are, that's the foundation. Society is always going to tell you who you need to be. It'll tell you to be prettier, to be quieter, to be someone else entirely. But if you're chasing someone else's expectations, you'll never feel whole. The love you're looking for. That love has got to come from within first. I'm not saying this journey is easy or that it's always fair. But hear me out, you are powerful because you survived everything life threw your way. Every tear, every heartbreak, every rejection, you kept going. Some of you out there, you've been doing it alone and it's made you stronger than you even realize. You don't need someone else to validate your worth. That strength is your worth. Your value is not in what others think of you. Your value is in the goals you're working toward, the dreams you hold close, and the courage you show every single day. If they can't see that, that's on them. You are more than enough, and you don't need anyone else to make you feel complete. So this is my challenge to you, rise. You don't have to wait for someone else to tell you that you're worthy. You already are. Love yourself fiercely, live boldly, and remember that you have a voice, a purpose, and a power that no one can take away. So for every woman who's felt unloved, today is the day you decide you're more than enough, just as you are. You have walked through fires that most people couldn't even imagine. You faced rejection, disappointment, and loneliness that felt endless. You've shown up every day in a world that didn't always show up for you. Every step of that journey has tested you, made you question yourself, and made you wonder if there's even a place for you in this world. You've had to pick yourself up again and again, and each time you did, you carried that weight alone. And that's what makes you powerful, because you're still here. Most people don't see what it's taken for you to keep going. They don't know about the nights when you lay awake, wondering if you're enough, wondering if things will ever change, wondering if you'll ever be seen or valued for who you truly are. They don't understand the courage it takes for you to get up each day and face the world, especially when it feels like the world hasn't valued you in return. But I see you. I see the strength it's taken for you to be here today. Every time life knocked you down, you rose back up, even when you felt broken inside. You've taken each struggle, each setback, and used it to make yourself stronger even when nobody noticed. Your journey isn't just a testament to the pain you've endured. It's a testament to your resilience. You haven't just survived, you've transformed that pain into power. There's an iron inside you that has been forged in the heat of every challenge, every heartbreak. And that journey, those struggles you faced and overcome, they're what make you extraordinary. You might not realize it, but you're one of the strongest people out there, because you've had to build yourself from the ground up without waiting for anyone else to do it for you. This path hasn't been easy, but it's made you capable of things that others would falter under. Every experience, every lesson has added to your strength, your wisdom, and your unbreakable spirit. You are here today not because you've been handed anything, but because you've earned every step, every breath. That journey, as painful as it may have been, is something no one can ever take away from you. It's yours and it's powerful. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? I'm not talking about what others see, what they think, or what they expect of you. I'm talking about what you see. Because at the end of the day, all validation in the world won't matter if you can't find acceptance within yourself. That's the foundation, that's the core of everything else. Self-love isn't something superficial. It's not about masking your flaws or pretending to be something you're not. It's about owning every part of yourself, embracing your strengths, your struggles, and even those parts you're still working on. High self-love is a journey, but it's not a destination you reach just once and then you're done. It's something you commit to every day. It's the small choices you make when no one's watching, the promises you keep to yourself, and the way you treat yourself in those quiet moments. It's understanding that you are enough right now, even if you're not where you want to be yet. Because here's the truth: if you don't value yourself first, no one else's validation will ever be enough. You'll be chasing an idea of worth that's always outside of you, and it will leave you feeling empty, waiting for someone else to fill what only you can give yourself. Unloving yourself is the foundation for every other relationship in your life. It's the strength that allows you to set boundaries, to demand respect, to walk away from what doesn't serve you, and to stand tall, even when others don't understand your worth. When you love yourself, you don't need to beg for love or acceptance because you already have it. You've already given yourself what you need. Self-love empowers you to hold your head high, to keep moving forward, to believe in your own worth, even when the world tries to make you feel small. And let's be real, it's not always easy. Self-love is an act of courage. It means facing parts of yourself that maybe you've tried to ignore or wished were different. But it's only by accepting every part of you, even the parts that scare you, that you can build a foundation that no one else can shake. You have to be the one to look in the mirror and say, "I'm proud of you," even if no one else ever says it. You have to be willing to show up for yourself, to be your own biggest supporter, because if you're not, then who will be? Self-love isn't selfish, it's essential. When you learn to love yourself, you become whole. You're no longer waiting for someone else to complete you because you've already found that completeness within. That's power. That's the strength that lets you go out into the world, stand firm, and know that no matter what happens, you have your own back. As self-love isn't a destination, it's a journey, a commitment to honor yourself every single day, to recognize your own value, and to live from a place of knowing that you are enough, just as you are. Every day, society tries to tell you who you should be. It sets standards, draws lines, and puts labels on what it thinks a woman should look like, act like, and strive for. It's like this constant pressure, a weight that's pushing down on you to fit into a box that you didn't ask for. From a young age, you're handed this ruler book of what's acceptable, and it starts to feel like if you don't follow it, you'll never be enough. Then here's the truth: those expectations, they were never built to reflect your worth. They were built to limit you, to keep you small, to keep you questioning yourself, wondering if you're ever measuring up. Breaking free from those expectations is no easy task. It's going to mean walking a path that others might not understand. It's going to mean standing up and deciding that you're going to live for yourself, not for someone else's idea of who you should be. And I know it's terrifying, because the moment you step outside of those lines, the judgment starts. You'll have people who don't understand, who try to pull you back in, who want you to play it safe, to do what's normal. But living a life built on someone else's expectations is no life at all. You're not here to be a carbon copy, to mold yourself into something that pleases everyone else. You're here to be you, unapologetically and authentically. Stepping out of these societal molds doesn't mean you're rebelling for the sake of rebellion. It means you're choosing to honor the unique voice within you, to let it guide you, rather than being driven by what others think. It means understanding that your value isn't in fitting someone else's definition of success, beauty, or worth. Real strength, real freedom is found when you decide that you're going to show up in the world as the truest version of yourself, even if that makes some people uncomfortable. Because when you challenge these expectations, you give yourself permission to live fully, not just to exist within the confines of others' opinions. The road is not always easy. Society isn't quick to let go of the norms it clings to. But by challenging those expectations, you pave the way not only for yourself, but for others who are watching, for others who feel trapped by the same rules. You're giving others permission to be themselves, to break free, to believe in the possibility of a life that isn't limited by anyone else's standards. And when enough people begin to do this, that's when change happens. That's when the world starts to shift. But it all starts with you. You don't have to accept what society tells you is good enough. You're the one who decides what's good enough for you. You're the one who sets the standard for your life, your dreams, and your purpose. So don't be afraid to break free. Live boldly, live authentically, and know that you are worthy not because you fit into a box, but because you've chosen to live by your own truth. There's a strength in you that goes beyond words, a power born from every challenge, every setback, and every single time you thought you couldn't keep going but did. Perseverance isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through experience, through standing tall when the world feels heavy, through rising up when life tries to keep you down. Every time you refused to give up, every time you kept pushing forward, you added another layer to that strength. That's what perseverance is, the grit to keep moving, the fire to keep believing in yourself, even when the odds aren't in your favor. And here's the thing about perseverance, it doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes it's messy and sometimes it's hard to even explain to others. It's getting back up when your heart feels heavy, showing up when you're tired, pressing forward when every fiber of you wants to stop. It's those quiet battles you fight within yourself, those moments where you have to dig deeper than you ever thought possible. It's having the courage to keep walking through the storm, knowing there's no guarantee that the sun will shine right away, but trusting that it will eventually. Perseverance is that voice in your head that says, I can do this even when everything around you is telling you that you can't. The power in perseverance isn't just about surviving, it's about using every challenge as fuel. You've been through things that could have broken you, and yet, here you are stronger, wiser, more determined. How each setback taught you something, gave you something to build upon. Perseverance means learning from the hard times, carrying those lessons forward, and refusing to let life's obstacles define your limits. It's knowing that the journey might not be easy, but it's worth it, because every step forward is a testament to your resilience. When you persevere, you become unstoppable. Obstacles don't seem as daunting because you know you've faced worse. Failure doesn't scare you as much because you understand it's just a stepping stone to growth. The power of perseverance is knowing that you can handle whatever life throws at you, not because it's easy, but because you've proven time and again that you won't be defeated. And that strength, that determination is something that no one can take from you. You own it because you earned it. So remember, every time you push through the tough moments, every time you keep going when it would be easier to quit, you're building that unbreakable foundation. You're showing yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. That's the power in perseverance. It doesn't just get you through the hard times, it makes you stronger for the road ahead. You are not here by accident, you are here because you have the strength to endure, the courage to keep going, and the heart to rise up no matter what. Your worth isn't something that anyone else can give or take away. It's not based on other people's opinions, approval, or what you've achieved. Your worth is something deep inside, something that comes from knowing who you are and believing in the value you bring simply by being yourself. It's built from the inside out, by recognizing your strengths, your passions, and the potential that only you hold. Building personal worth is a journey, a commitment to honoring your own path, and knowing that you're more than enough no matter what anyone else thinks. But building that kind of worth doesn't happen overnight. It means showing up for yourself even when it's hard, even when you feel unappreciated or unseen. It's in those moments that you're building something real, something that can't be shaken by the ups and downs of life. Personal worth is about knowing that your value doesn't depend on how others treat you or what they say about you. You don't need validation from anyone else to feel complete, because that completeness comes from within. When you invest in yourself, in your growth, in your dreams, you're telling the world and yourself that you are worthy of every good thing. And let's be clear, building personal worth doesn't mean that you never face self-doubt or fear. It doesn't mean you'll never wonder if you're good enough or struggle with your own insecurities. It means that, despite those feelings, you choose to believe in your own potential. You choose to stand up and remind yourself of who you are and the path you're on. It's being able to look at yourself, not in comparison to anyone else, but through the lens of everything you've overcome, everything you've accomplished, and everything you're striving toward. The power of building personal worth is that it frees you. It frees you from the need to prove yourself to others, to seek their approval, or to change who you are to fit someone else's standards. When you know your worth, you're able to make decisions from a place of confidence, to walk away from what doesn't serve you, and to pursue what truly matters to you. You're able to set boundaries, to say no when something isn't right for you, and to prioritize what makes you feel fulfilled and valued. Your worth is not conditional. It's not something that depends on the latest accomplishment or other people's validation. It's the inner strength that grows each time you choose to trust yourself, each time you decide to honor your own voice. And when you start to see yourself through that lens of worthiness, you begin to attract the opportunities, the relationships, and the life that aligns with who you truly are. Building personal worth is about becoming your own foundation, a foundation that's solid, resilient, and unwavering. It's a journey of knowing deep down that you are valuable just as you are, and that no one else has the power to define that for you. You've been through so many battles, both seen and unseen. But here's the truth: you weren't meant to stay down. Those challenges, they were never meant to define you or keep you small. They were meant to strengthen you, to teach you resilience, and to prepare you for the heights you're capable of reaching. Now is your time to rise. You might feel weighed down by the past, by doubts, by what others have said or done, but that's not the end of your story. You are not the sum of your setbacks. You are the strength that comes from overcoming them. Rising up isn't about ignoring what you've been through. It's about facing it head on, acknowledging the hurt, the disappointment, and using it as fuel to step into the person you were meant to become. You have within you everything you need to rise above. It's in your strength, your courage, and that spark inside you that refuses to be dimmed. Rising means choosing every day to believe in your own potential, even when it's hard, even when others can't see it, even when you can't quite see it yourself. It's about standing tall, not just for others to see, but because you know you deserve to be standing. The world might not always give you the recognition or the support you need, but you have to be your own biggest advocate. You have to be the one who tells yourself, I've got this, even on days when the road feels long. When you decide to rise, you're saying, I am worthy of more, and you're not waiting for permission. You're giving yourself the permission to dream bigger, to move forward, and to live with purpose. Every time you choose to rise, you're building a legacy of resilience. You're showing yourself and others that no matter what life throws at you, you are unbreakable. And rising isn't something you do just once. It's a daily decision. Each day you make the choice to let go of the fears, the doubts, and the limits that try to hold you back. You make the choice to stand in your power and to believe in a future that's bigger than your past. You are meant for so much more than staying in the shadows. The world needs what you have to offer: the unique strength, the vision, the heart that only you can bring. So today, let this be your moment. Let this be the day you decide to rise. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. It only matters that you take that first step. You were meant to live fully, to shine, to stand tall in your truth. No more waiting, no more holding back. Now is your time. Rise and show the world, and most importantly, show yourself what you're truly made of. Ladies, you've been through battles most will never understand. You felt invisible, unloved, and sometimes even unworthy, but every single moment has built you, strengthened you, prepared you for greatness. This journey isn't about fitting into anyone else's mold. It's about breaking free from it, about owning your worth and living life on your own terms. The love you're seeking starts from within. You deserve to embrace who you are fully and to live boldly, unafraid of standing in your own power. So here's my call to you: rise. Rise beyond the expectations, beyond the doubts, beyond anything that's tried to keep you small. You are strong, you are worthy, and you are enough. Let today be the day you decide to claim your place, to live without fear, and to love yourself fiercely. You are unstoppable, and the world has been waiting for you to see it. So go out there and live your truth, because you are ready and you are more than enough.